I promised you I would change this grill. This horrific, rusty, tubular piece of, what do you say, mid-'80s Americana?
Definitely 80s.
Yeah, not good.
Little gaudy.
Today, this goes bye-bye, and the bent factory hood. Now, as much as I would love to keep the factory hood, it's bent. And this is a common problem with square-body Chevys. You got a lot of real estate on that hood, hinges mounted at the back end of it that rarely, if ever, get greased.
Never.
Yeah,
Nobody
okay.
ever. Who does that?
No one ever greases their hinges. So you grab the front of the hood, you start closing it, and over time it bends and it actually cracks right in the middle. So today, we've got some new parts from LMC Truck. We're going to change the grill, maybe the stainless trim here, and ditch that ugly hood.
Look at this.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's upside down, but you get the idea.
No. Keep it 100. Oh, we're shaving weight.
Yeah, going
That's
from
metal
metal to plastic.
Yeah, this will not rust. And it looks better.
It looks amazing.
Look at that. So, old,
It's beautiful.
new. Old, new. Alright. Let's expose all of the weak points with this arrangement. Try to open that hood.
All right. So normally you'd have a hole here. This grill doesn't, so you got to shove your fingers through the little tiny crack, wedge them up in there, and even then it's really difficult.
Well, and it only leaves you one hand to lift that heavy hood.
I can't even open it, honestly.
Good luck with that.
All right. No, I can't even do it.
You want some help?
Yeah, maybe. That is really bad.
Whew. So by the time I got around to greasing it, it's too late. That rust spot is actually where it's cracked from bending. And if I zoom back, see that little strip of galvanized steel with the bead roll in it? That's an aftermarket stiffener. That's something you install to prevent the damage from happening, to stop the hood from bending. I don't know at what point those were installed, but that's a pretty good band-aid to keep the hood from bending. Unfortunately, I think by the time this one was installed, it was too late. The hood was already bent. Now we'll shut the hood and you can see just how bad this is. Kiss this front end goodbye.
Or don't, you might get tetanus.
Yeah, you can definitely get tetanus on this. Ooh, hide a key.
Nice.
I never noticed this before. It's empty. Not doing a lot of good there.
And now everybody knows that's where it is, so you're going to have to move it.
Yeah. I was going to put it back for good luck, but you're right. Everybody knows where this is now, so. Okay. Hide a key, no good. Spray lube. A lot of different companies make this. This one's from Royal Purple. It's called Max Film. I have no opinion on this whatsoever. The cap is off, which means I've used it before. But was it any good? I don't know. I mean, lube's lube. You ever used lube and not been satisfied? If you weren't, it's because you probably used too much. So we're just going to use a little right here. Just going to lube our hinges. I don't want to smash our light here. And if you're wondering what this is,
You try not to smash it.
that's a drop light, actually. There's a reason they call them drop lights. Because when you drop them, they're not supposed to break. This one's from Blue Point, which is a division of Snap-on. And I tested this, oh my God, how many years ago was that? When I worked at High Rod Magazine, I did a test of all the different drop lights I could find. And I dropped them from lift height, like 10 feet up. Just bang! And this is one of the ones that didn't break. So I approve of this one. It will charge off of 12 volts or a wall outlet. It telescopes Not far enough to span this monstrous hood, but if you've got an import car or a mini truck or something, this will fit it.
I like that. It's good.
Yeah, hope it still works. Yeah, it still works. Okay, she's well lubricated, and what we're going to do now is we're going to open and shut the hood a whole bunch of times, get the lube into all the places it needs to go, and abuse this hood, not our new one. So we'll slam this a bunch of times and let it bend a little more.
Just don't shut it all the way, please. It's a pain in the
Oh,
butt.
it's already getting better. Look at that.
Oh, it's like brand new. It almost opens on its own.
So I'm confident this is not going to bend our new hood. And I'm not going to shut this.
Please don't.
Let's take it off. Focus. That is the mounting tab for the factory hood squirter, which we're going to reinstall on the new hood. 1/4 inch. That's the size you need. It looks like the other one, mounting tab is there.
We'll pull it off.
Piece is not, though. Did it break off?
It looks like it.
So somebody else, not us, must have taken the hood off, didn't disconnect the hose, and broke that thing. Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Gloves or no gloves?
We'll be men.
Men. We'll cut ourselves like men. No gloves.
Bolts in that awkward space between where it won't loosen with a ratchet, but you can't get it with your fingers.
Yep, old rusty trucks. They're vengeful.
Yeah, they don't like to be worked on.
They'll make you work for this. Here's the thing about old cars and trucks is, yeah, you can go out and buy one. Anyone can buy one of these. But not everybody can truly enjoy one of these because you have to work for this. After the initial purchase, you're still working for this. I don't care how restored a car is. You could have dropped $100K on a Pro Touring Camaro. Bottom line is, it's going to break. Stuff is going to go wrong. And you need to embrace that.
Part of the deal.
Yeah, it's part of the fun. You got to embrace the fact that you are going to have dirty hands. You're going to smell like exhaust. Because no hot rodder puts catalytic converters on their hot rod.
No, except for Rutledge would. I don't know why you do that, Rutledge.
He doesn't want to smell like tailpipe.
See, but that's the beauty of it. Like, you form that bond with your car, even though it frustrates you so bad sometimes, and you want to just like drive it into a lake. You still love it.
That's how you feel about your car.
That's how I feel about my car right now. This is a very personal moment.
I don't think I've ever felt like driving mine into a lake, but I understand. We'll work on your car.
Yeah, we'll get there. Okay.
Let's take this that way. Go down the hallway. See, look at these are nice. Like, back in the day, they made things heavy and substantial. Which is why it gets 8 miles to the gallon. The thing weighs a ton, but look at that. Let me show you why we're replacing it, though. Ready? Ow! Oh, sorry.
They double as a weapon as well.
Hey, my bad. Ah, plastic. The OG stuff, hot metal. Much, much heavier. Much, much lighter. We may go faster. We may get better mileage. I don't know.
We may pull even harder on that Power Stroke that we raced.
That looks bad for him the last time. It's gonna look even worse now.
I don't know who that looked bad for.
Not only are we winning, but we're looking good while doing it.
That is true. Style is important. Don't mess around.
Wow, that thing is heavy. Feel this.
Oh my gosh. That is serious. I guess it's all stainless, so makes sense.
That's some pretty good stainless with all the rust on it.
High quality stainless steel.
Yeah.
It is well made though.
I'm gonna do something for you guys. Grill off the ramp truck. Let's have a contest.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Best comment in this video, I will ship this thing to you, along with an FSM Garage t-shirt. That makes it easy and ambiguous. Wait, not best comment, because...
That's very subjective.
Yeah, let's make it even more subjective. My favorite comment
go.
wins this grill and an FSM t-shirt.
And you have
the hood, I'm not giving that away because that's too hard to ship. But the grill, that's shippable. So, comment, share this, like this, do all those things that help the video along, and you could be winning this fine stainless steel.
I'm excited to see what y'all come up with.
Grill.
It's going to be entertaining.
Tranny cooler, AC condenser, both stacked in front of the radiator and preventing our factory grill from going in. So there was a reason
I think the AC
for the faux stainless steel grill being there. And it's not coming back, so I need to figure something out here. We need to relocate that or hack the grill. I don't really want to hack the grill.
The grill's too nice to hack.
Yeah, all right, we're not going to hack the grill. We'll move this. Or... do we let the people in on the future plan for this truck?
Maybe.
Yes, we are removing the external transmission cooler. That's going to be okay because there's one looped in to the radiator. We'll use that for the time being until we show you what we're going to do with this truck, which is going to be magical. And you won't care about this trans cooler that I'm removing right now. You care now, you're going to be all over the internet going, oh my god, they took it out, how are you going to tow anything? Fact is, I'm not towing anything for the foreseeable future because we're doing something magical with this truck. Okay, I'm gonna hold this so I don't spill. Earl's hose cutters. Buy these. They're great. They're really short. They cut through almost anything. They do not cut through that steel braided stuff. Don't try that with this. But the black plastic stuff, it does that, and rubber. The new molding looks good.
Shiny.
And you think you can get the headlight bezels on before the grill?
I believe so.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Bling, bling!
Shiny.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Too good for the rest of the truck.
We need to polish this and fix the rest of the truck. Sadly, the bottoms of the fenders and the doors are pretty well rusted. And that fender's got a dent in it. So the question now becomes, you can buy a fender for like $90 from LMC Truck or somewhere around there. Do you try to save the original stuff, which is time and money, or do you just buy a fender, put it on, should line up reasonably well?
With these trucks, you get away with it.
And go right.
Some cars, the stuff doesn't line up good. I feel like square bodies, it's always pretty decent. Yeah. Definitely the more economical option is buying a fender. But
that does save time. I did buy a hood. I might as well have bought fenders while I was there.
Just do the whole front end. Why not? It's awesome that they have these parts so available for these trucks.
Here's a tip. Before you tighten down the hardware for these pieces of trim, put the headlight bezels on first and line it up because you'll see there's a notch there, a recess for this to sit into. Do yourself a favor. Adjust it and then go install everything and tighten it. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
This is your Finnegan's Garage moment of zen.
Provided it fits in between these headlight bezels. Yeah.
Like almost without exception, every hood I've ever got in my life, it looked like a UPS guy used it as an air hockey table.
Well, that's not Dennett putting it on.
Yeah.
I always get them with the corners bent. Like this.
Oh yeah.
Generally, they're pretty good here, but I've had hoods with terrible bends in the corners.
Are you ready?
Thank you.
And this is a two-man job. I actually devised a way to do this alone. And
How?
I realized that creating the mechanism to support this, to do it alone, was just going to take me 2 days. And so it was easier just to wait for you to show up.
Okay, just call a buddy.
This is what we're paying attention to right now, is the gap between the hood and the fender. On this side, it's pretty good. And the gap is much bigger on this side. So the whole thing needs to move over, but we're out of adjustment at this point. So I think we're going to have to start pushing on the hinges. I've seen this done before, but I always wonder, won't it just spring back at some point?
Maybe eventually, but
I think the hinges may need more grease.
possibly.
Or take the spring off altogether. That's the surefire way to stop your hood from bending, is just take the spring off. Try to ignore the sound of my 5-year-old on his big wheel outside while I point out all the adjustment points. Here's your secondary pin latch here. That is adjustable front, back, side to side. And that will aid you in shoving the hood to one side or another at the very last second, should you need just that little bit of adjustment there. Over here, hinges, adjustable front to back and side to side. Those bolt straight to the fender, and there's a very minor amount of slop there, should you need it. And at the end of the day, there's the good old-fashioned grab the side of the hood and push the hinge over, which in a pinch does work. She's had a facelift. She needs a little more polishing.
Looks pretty good though.
I'm stoked on this. And actually the fit and finish of the parts, especially the headlight bezels for being plastic, is pretty damn impressive, and has shined a shiny bright light on the fact that the rest of the truck, not so much. Yeah, we got a little bit of rust bubbles. I don't know. Maybe that's the next thing we do. A little rust repair.
Sheet metal work.
A little sheet metal work, maybe? I don't know. Or more horsepower.
More horsepower sounds better.
Yeah. There you go, folks. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time on Finnegan's Garage. Maybe the big wheel won't be so noisy next time. Go ahead, like butter. Well, maybe not like butter.
Not like butter.
Might need a little more adjustment. But it looks good.
Can already tell this is gonna be bad.
Well, I mean, think about it. Lube is lube, man. It either does the job or not. We're not talking about penetrant here. There's a lot of penetrants on the market that are unsatisfactory. They just don't do the job. So you need a good penetrant. But lube is lube, man. Just get enough on there to keep things from catching on fire, and you'll be fine.
Oh my god.
That's not making the video.